Hey, welcome back. It's Harriet Waley-Cohen here. I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, and I'm also a mother of two wonderful boys. And I change the way that women think, act, and feel in their relationship with themselves and their bodies massively for the better. I love it. And today, what I want to talk to you about is pitfall management. What happens when you're trying to put a change in place? Perhaps it's around your diet, exercise, lifestyle, all sorts of things, but then you end up off track. You fall off the wagon, as it were, which is an expression that people use when they've been trying to give up drinking and then they end up back on the old booze. So what happens when you fall off the wagon? Well, the simplest way to put it is don't give yourself a hard time about it. You don't need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. If it's not going to plan and you found yourself, you've had a day or a weekend where there's been a lot of stuff going on and you've just been eating all sorts of crap, that doesn't mean that you give up on your new lifestyle, your new diet, your new habit, whatever it is, and just throw it out the window. Get yourself gently and lovingly back on track. And the first thing is that you notice that you've gone off track. So congratulate yourself for noticing. And then lovingly and with zero judgment at all, ask yourself when you can next get back on track. And generally the best answer is now. Planning to get back on track in the future, I think, is a little bit of a sabotagey thing to do. So I would always say that once you've noticed, that's the moment to pause, congratulate yourself for noticing, and then immediately with zero judgment, no beating yourself up aloud, okay? Get yourself back on track. One snack, one meal, one trip to the gym, one whatever it is at a time. Get back on track. I know that you can do it. The other thing to think through in terms of pitfalls and falling off the wagon in general is what your triggers are for falling off the wagon. Because often there'll be a pattern to it. It could be tiredness, it could be having a crappy day at work, it could be lack of sleep, it could be feeling cross or upset or lonely. And to know that when those things come up for you, that's when you're more likely to press the fuck it button, right? And what you need is an anti-fuck it plan. And your anti-fuck it plan, I know I've said the word fuck a lot of times in this video and you weren't expecting it. I'm so sorry about that, but it's just what I like to call it because it's very memorable. When you want to make that plan, know what your triggers are and then say to yourself, what could I do instead? What would be just as good? Like if you're feeling really angry, what would do just as well as that thing, like having a glass of wine? Would it be that you could go for a good stomp around the block, or could you put on some music and just like move your body like crazy and let the anger flow through you? What could you do that would have the same result of feeling that feeling go away, but not take you off track with the goal that you've got in place? Now, here's the thing, right? Sometimes some people, they make a list of things that they like to do when the shit hits the fan and they're going to say, fuck it. Gosh, this is a really sweary video, isn't it? And they make that list when all is fine and dandy. And I had one particular client who I won't name who did this. And she used to come home late at night after performing and find herself in a pizza and wine trap late at night. And one day when she'd had a good night's sleep and she wasn't feeling tired or grumpy or anything, she made this list and she thought, oh, I could do mindful colouring in, and I could watch a TED talk, and I could do a bit of decluttering. And guess what happened the next time that she came home really tired and wanted to press the fuck it button? She looked at this list and went like, colouring in? Watching a TED talk? You've got to be joking. Why the hell would I want to do any of these things? And she screwed up her list and she threw it away, right? Sometimes the best time to make the list of what you're going to do is when you're in the moment and think, what would really work for me right now? And she realised that actually the best thing that worked for her to not slip into pizza and wine mode was to allow herself to watch a couple of episodes of her favourite thing on Netflix at that time, and that worked just as well. So it doesn't have to be like a super amazing spiritual strategy of meditation and colouring and like, you know, life-enhancing thing of watching a TED talk. It can be something as simple as zoning out to your favourite show. Have fun with it. Make your pitfall management, your anti-fuck it plan fun. Make it work for you. Make it enhance your life. And as I said, if you do find that you've fallen off the wagon, just lovingly and without judgment, get back on. I know that'll have been really useful to you in many ways, especially the swearing, which has shown you a little bit more of my personality. I hope it hasn't put you off. Please hit like on this video, subscribe, for more, and you'll be getting videos with tips on health, happiness, diet, swapping destructive habits for healthy ones, and living a life where you're completely in partnership with yourself. And they'll be coming out at least once a week. So please hit subscribe, and I'll see you again, probably with a bit less swearing, very soon.